Come on. Thank you. Here. Come here. That's for you. Come investigate it. You got water? What's your belly aching for? He's like, yeah, what's this? Go. Licka, licka. Licka, licka. Enjoy. Bye. I tried to get that sticker off. It wouldn't unstick. Come on, Rebel. There. The sticker on the bottom. In case anybody decides to get smart and lick it. Gather around. That's not very nice, Nut. Oh, yeah. Oh! Good morning, everybody. That was very loud, Christian. Come on. Girls, get down. Get down. Come on. Gotta love the chickens. Get the chalk for the pigs. Get down. Come on. Come on. Come on, Tank. Why'd you put your feeder way over there? I guess. Everybody looks okay in here?
That looks pretty good.
Watch yourself.
Okay, you try to make me even more cold.
It's been a few really busy days, so we haven't been on, but we're here to update you today. Everybody's doing good. Today we gave the cows a salt block, salt and mineral block, and I gave them some bins. We're just going to give them some chop, and we're going to leave them in that pasture. I'm going to get some hay bales for them later. So that's pretty much going to be their domain. Yesterday, all of our moving over here, they've been doing really good. I watered them, and we had some running to do some errands, and I got a phone call from the neighbor, and I said, that's it. They're staying in that bulletproof pasture. And they seem happy there, so it's fine. Just rolling with the punches. Anyways, enough cow drama. I always have cow drama. Yesterday, I managed to get the tomatoes, most of the tomatoes, in the high tunnel. And I also came up with a solution for my trellising, which I will show you guys in another video, which I'm really, really happy. I'm going to use the frame to this, and I'll show you the redneckery that I've come up with. But I actually think it's going to work really, really well. And Harley's been 3D printing me some clips. I'm going to need a lot more. A lot more. So yeah, this bed, and here's the bed. This is the bed that had all the acidic soil that I thought was like toxic, but it really wasn't. These are the cabbage plants I planted in here a couple weeks ago, and they've really grown. But check out, hold on, let me turn you around and show you this kale. Kale was itty bitty when I planted it in here. I think it's tripled in size since I planted it, so it loves it. It's real happy. But I got my tomatoes in here yesterday, so they look just a little shocked because, you know, I just transplanted them. Onions are getting about done. Hopefully, like, I'm going to give them another week, and then I'm going to have to pick them. But since this is my summer crop, I'm not too worried if they're small. I don't really need to dry them and store them. I'm just going to, you know, keep them and use them fresh anyways. I mean, there's some decent ones in here. So I need to get the rest of my tomatoes in here. I'm really worried if I have massive onions. I'm just going to harvest them. We'll use them throughout the summer. I'll plant a later fall crop, and that'll be what we end up storing over winter. So I'm just happy I have some onions for the summer to get us through. And these need to come out so that I can plant my sauce tomatoes. This whole center is going to be blue beach tomatoes. And I'll do lettuce around the edges. So that's good. And I started working back here. Started trying to lay in some beds. This is just, it's basically dirt, but it's not very well broken down. So I'm putting that down. It was where the cows had been. So it was hay, cow manure, mud, all mixed together. I'm going to go over it with some better composted dirt that we have, and that should make a really rich bed. And I'll plant the rest of my tomatoes out here because I planted too many tomatoes. I always do that. And then I don't have the heart to not plant them, you know. I could sell them or give them away, but I'm greedy. Sorry. But yeah, so the high tunnel's looking really great. I got some beets about ready to come out before too long. Not that many, just enough for a meal maybe. That'll be another fall crop, something I start soon. Before you know it, we'll be seed starting stuff for fall. So it's crazy. End of June, middle of July, seed starting again. Just when the heat of summer hits and we're, you know, on our tiptoes trying to get everything done, we're going to walk up here. All right. Let's walk up here and check on the rest of the gardens really quickly. Give you an update. Don't really have too much going on with the rest of the animals right now. Everybody's good. We're gliding through. We're starting to milk Freya once a day. We're going to dry her off. Since it was her first freshen, she really is not producing a whole lot right now. And so we're going to dry her up and just keep milking Danny. Bridget and Solstice are due July, beginning of July. So yeah, but here we are in the potager garden. Nothing has changed here too much, but just an update on the plants who are really, really happy to be out. So yeah, little marigolds back here. Everybody's doing really good. This is just going to be absolutely stunning before long. Let's check the strawberries, shall we? I haven't looked at them in a couple days. Yeah, we got lots of strawberries. I see a lot of jam in our future. Wow, look at the size of these.
They're getting big.
Do you see any red?
No.
Today we see a red strawberry.
This is the biggest one we got.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, they're big.
Big for what we've ever grown.
Yeah, I'm happy. Tons of strawberries. I see strawberry jam in our very, very, very near future. But yeah, everybody in here is doing really, really good. All the plants that we planted. I got the squash back there. Still need to work on those trellises. It's going to be a crummy couple of days. The weather has cooled off significantly, and it's going to be rainy for the next 3 days, I think. So I am just relaxing, being a little patient, which is hard to do when you're talking all things garden. But everything in the big garden looks really, really good too. I have my dry beans, my pinto beans, and my black beans have finally come up. I'll turn you around. So you can see over here, there's a row of beans. They're coming up over here. Lettuce takes a while to germinate, and there's a bunch of little weeds mixed in, so I can't tell if we have lettuce yet. But my pink celery, look at my row of pink celery already. It's so pretty. Look how pretty it is, if you can see. Look at the pink stalks. Isn't that cool? It tastes really good too. It tastes like celery, but it's just a little bit more peppery, and I love the flavor. Now, I do have some spinach sprouted in here. You really can't, once again, with all the little, see it? It's there. In front of the tomatoes, which are doing good. I'm going to come in here with a stirrupo once everything has germinated and starting to grow, and I'll get rid of all this little scrappy weed situation. But yeah, the tomatoes are all looking good out here. Some are bigger than others. Chard, again, you can't really see if anything's really germinating. There's beans. There's more beans. So, doing good there. Everything's looking really good. Everything's growing as it should. Yeah, these here, right here, these are sunset runner beans, so they'll go up and over, and the sunset bean has a beautiful coral color. But here's some more kale, 2 rows of kale. Yeah, everything's looking good. Even the little tiny tomatoes I put out here. I'm not going in right now. Now, I made an executive decision. So I'm going to brace up this fence a little bit better. I'm really trying to avoid using that back garden. And so what I've decided to do is plant my cucumbers, some of my cucumbers anyways, along this fence here on the front of this garden. So it's going to come up and it's going to trellis over. So I'm just going to add a couple more T-posts here to hold this fence proper. So this fence actually used to be really, really nice, but we were unloading a hay bale once. Well, no, the boys were unloading a hay bale once, and they wrecked it, and it stretched this fence out. So that's why it's wonky looking. But yeah, so we're going with the cucumbers here. They'll go up and over. Should be really easy to harvest from. I got a couple rows of peppers in here. They're looking good, even though the weather has cooled off significantly. There's a row of cabbage. More tomatoes, more tomatoes, more tomatoes. We like our tomatoes. Tomatillos are looking good. I'm seeing a tiny bit of pest damage on the top of that one. So I might have to sprinkle with DE. I don't know if you see it. That little guy there has some holes in it. So I might sprinkle with DE to get rid of that. And come in here and weed these beds out a little more. These are eggplant. I don't see too much damage on them yet. I have a lot of problems with those little flea beetles in the summer, so I was hoping if I put them here, maybe that would eliminate some of that, but I doubt it. Those will have to be sprinkled again with DE. And I have a lot of basil here. So these ones that look kind of brownish, that's cinnamon basil. They're supposed to look that way. I have more herbs to put in here. So I have lemon basil and cinnamon basil, and then this is going to get thyme, rosemary, and marjoram as well. We've just been really busy planting a whole ton of things because it's that time of year. And when I get going in the garden, I don't always take my phone with me because I'm on a mission. I just want to get out there and get stuff done. And then I'm also a bit of a squirrel, so I see something shiny and attracts my attention, and then I get off track, and you know how it goes. Let me turn you around and show you the porch garden. So here we have some more cinnamon basil. Okay. We have some nasturtiums. There's going to be, I think I'm going to do another squash here with a TP trellis. I have my rhubarb came back beautifully. There's a couple more nasturtiums. And I have squash growing up real nice. I don't see any sunflowers germinating yet. I lied. I think that's one there. I think there's one there. So sunflowers are starting to germinate, which is awesome. Yep, there's one here. Sweet. Excellent. I like to put the sunflowers in this garden because I think, number one, it's beautiful, and number two, it gives some of these things. Now, these are bush squash. Yeah, they're growing. These are bushed squash. There's another sunflower there. So they're not going to vine, but I like to do green beans in here too, and they will vine right up the beans. Okay, over here in this bed, I did not weed this yet, and I'm going to amend this. We're going to fill it up with compost because it's this bed and that bed are really, really low. You can see they need to go to the top of the block. So I really haven't done anything with them yet. But this is my original marshmallow plant, and we have babies sprouted all over the place. Marshmallow is an amazing plant. It is a medicinal plant, and you harvest the roots after year 2, and it's really good for your digestive tract if you have stomach ulcers or anything like that. If you have acid reflux, that's what that's really good for. It's also a beautiful plant. It grows these beautiful white flowers, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's related to hibiscus. So the flower resembles that. It's just much smaller, and it does have the most beautiful, soft, sweet aroma as well. So we really like marshmallow.
Sweet.
It is. It's a soft.
Sweet.
It's not a really. What I mean by soft is it's not like a pow in your face flower smell. You know, it's not like. Yeah, it's not like a strong flower smell. It's soft, and it's lovely, sweet smell. So that's the only way I know how to describe it. But it is a beautiful plant. So I might try to find a home for 1 or 2 of these, and then transplant the rest because you can never have too much marshmallow. So. Yeah, and then these 2 beds will be peppers. I can plant a lot of peppers in this small area because peppers like to be close together, which is why I chose to do this, because I have a lot of peppers that need planted, and I'm still going to need to find more room for planting more peppers. But that's okay. We'll find room. I always do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always do. So that's about it. I have some creative ideas for trellising squash this year, so I think that will be most interesting. Oh yeah, don't look at that. That's that sack from that pea gravel. I had chickens coming in that hole, and I haven't had a chance to fix the fence yet, so I stuffed that in there. But you know what? It's done the trick. I haven't had a chicken in this garden since. I want to hear it. Don't laugh in my bag. But I do have some fun ideas for trellising squash. It should be really interesting to see which method works the best. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun. It's creative. It's whimsical. Yeah. It's anarchy. That's what we do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. She's freezing. I got to go around back, collect the milk and eggs that I left on the table back there. And we got to get inside because it's about to rain for 3 days and get cold. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. And we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.